Hey everyone, and welcome back. In this video, we're going to go over this final tab on the profiles, which is plus ones. And what's really cool about this is that it kind of takes a little bit of the Google Buzz idea, and Google Buzz is still very much a part of the Google Plus. Gosh, all this verbiage, the Google Plus accounts. But the plus ones are just a little bit different. So let's go ahead and dive in, and let me show you exactly what I mean. We're going to reference Matt here again. And I'm going to click on his plus ones just so that I can show you. So what this is that you can basically assume that everything that Matt here is plus oneing, he likes it, he agrees with it, he wants to recommend it to his circle. So that is another way, again, if we go back to this competitive analysis idea, is that's another way to kind of get in to the head of the network or the person that you're trying to connect with in a very serious way, because they're giving you basically on a silver platter, hey, this is what I like, I recommend these things, blah blah blah. So you'll see this almost takes the format of a feed. More specifically, not like a news feed, but an RSS feed. So it gives you title, it gives you the exact website that it's from, so that you can see and make sure that you're going to trust the site, and then it gives you a little snippet here. If they use a featured image in the post, then that should be pulled in, which it looks like none of these have. That should be pulled in right here and show up as a thumbnail, which again would give you even more insight as to maybe what exactly that story is about. But between these four elements, it really helps you figure out, well, do I want to take a look at this? And if I did, let's just open up in a new tab. This is all of this Gizmodo stuff. So it's going to be electronics, technology, stuff like that. So you see here that, again, it opens right up to the post. So if you wanted to connect with that post, read it, there you go. And then there is a few other elements that I wanted to point out on this page. First and foremost is that you see, just like all the other stuff, is that you kind of get this more option to open up and further filter out, or excuse me, further open up more older posts. And then also you get the option right here to add the circles. It's brought through again on this page. So, I mean, everywhere you turn, you can plus one everything. You can add people to circles. You can, and the filtering, it's like it's so built in that it makes it ridiculously easy to not just add people and connect with new people, but follow stories, plus one stories, reshare them. I really love, and again, to kind of branch out on this, is that I really love how they've just taken every element that maybe wasn't simple enough, or maybe involved 2 clicks or 3 clicks with Twitter, Facebook, popular social media, and they've just simplified it down to the ridiculous and to the stupid with 1 clicks or hover overs and things like that. So it's definitely a great job that they've done with it. So now that we've covered those elements, those are probably the most important elements of Google Plus in my mind at this point. This could always change. There are other small micro elements that I'm not really going to bring up. We've covered in the PDF. So now what I want to talk about is, I briefly covered this in the last video, is how do you get a following going? How do you start finding people? And I'm going to show you some really cool ways to do that. A lot of it's pretty common sense. Like, for instance, we're looking at this guy Matt, his account. So if I was like a big tech junkie, right, and Gizmodo's all about tech, I would just click on this and it pulls up everybody. So all of his people that are in his circle, which, let me close that real quick, which is 2,859, okay, we can assume that all those people have connected with him for several reasons. They like tech, they like Gizmodo, or they like the fact that he's writing for Gizmodo. So those are probably the main reasons why these people are all following him. So if I was into that niche, what I would do is I just come in here and add all these people. Now, I don't think I'd add them to friends or family or anything like that. It would be something that would be, signifying to me, so that I could separate that I haven't quite connected with these people. So maybe I'm just following them, or maybe they're acquaintances, or maybe I'd put them under, contact or get to know, because again, you can create all these circles that you want. So, I mean, you could even filter it down to people I want to connect with men, people I want to connect with women, so you could maybe take a different approach if you wanted to. So right from within here, I can add all these people. So that's super quick way, number one, to add people to your circles and start to get some movement and get some people, seeing what you're putting out there. Second way is, let's go back to posts. And I pointed this out in the last video with posts, is it's had 84 shares. That means out of the 2859, say you're like, well, they could just be following this guy because maybe it was somebody famous, right? And so I want to further filter down on a direct topic by topic basis and connect with people and add them to my circles. Okay, that's how we can do that right here. So that means 84 people have shared this. That means at least 84 people have this same idea, which is, what the hell are we supposed to do with Google Plus? Excuse my language. So if that's the case, then, and you're kind of in the same boat, or you agree with the same topic, guess what? Hover over them, add to circle. Every single one of them. You could just run down the list all day long. Bookmark it, come back, because I'm sure as Google Plus grows, they're going to put limits on how many people you can add to circles per time, per login, per 24 hours, whatever. There's going to be abuse to Google Plus, just like Facebook, Twitter. And so in the beginning, it'll be all good and rosy. But as things start to change and as abuse starts to happen, they'll filter down, they'll put restrictions, and just like anybody else. So on top of that, we had 11 people who actually were like, oh my gosh, this is such a great post that I want to reshare this on, or excuse me, they plus one did. The share, the 84 shares, I should have, let's back up for a second. The 84 shares, these people were, oh my gosh, I like this so much, they reposted it to their wall. And in this case, I was one of them. The plus ones, oh, I took it away. So, and that's another quick thing I want to point out, is that you click it twice, it takes it away, and it also changes the color. So gray is I haven't plus one it, blue is I plus one it. You see I hover over, click to remove, very simple process. So, which again, let's just go on that for a second, is Facebook fan pages. How hard is it to remember who you've even liked? Because a lot of times you've got like buttons that are pulled away from the Facebook fan page. So just because you like it doesn't mean you can easily find your way back to that fan page to unlike it. Because let's say they started posting stuff you don't like and it's come through your newsfeed or whatever the case may be. This, again, Google Plus One, they saw that and they made a change to make this a better option. So the 11 people that plus one this post, let's say I wanted to connect with them specifically, the same thing. So you're starting to see the trend here, is that it's going to be very easy to come in here and start to build up your list. Now, I wouldn't suggest to run out and just try and make friends with all 18 million people that are already in Google Plus. But again, depending on your business, which a lot of you guys are going to be offliners, this is a very easy and good way to go in and find people who, I mean, you could even probably find people who are specifically already posting about issues they're having with getting an online presence, or maybe you want to connect with people locally in your area. There's so much filtering in Google Plus that you're going to be able to go in there and get this relationships established and things like that. So guys, I want to cut the video right here because I feel that between a PDF and these videos that we've given you a ton of tips and tricks, as well as optimization ideals and things like that, so that you can get your Google Plus profile set up quickly and get out there and start using them as a marketing tool. So I hope you guys enjoyed the videos, and stay tuned for the plugin training that we're going to get into next.